This is Trepacer. This is going to be my spoiler review of Captain America Civil War. I tried to do it last night, but my web camera started acting wacky, so I couldn't record it. So I'm going to record it again. Hopefully this sticks. Okay. I also did a Hangout video, which I'm going to, with Jerry R Reviews. I think that's her YouTube username. She did a Hangout that I participated in on Saturday, and she got it up on her channel. So I'm going to do a little intro for that and put it up on my channel as well. Okay, but I also wanted to do this one, this spoilers review. Okay, because I did a review of it Saturday. Okay, so basically, Captain America Winter Soldier. Well, I keep saying Winter Soldier. I keep saying that all the time. So out of habit. Captain America Civil War. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a notch below Winter Soldier, which I really loved, but I still enjoyed it thoroughly. I think it was a fantastic movie. And again, I know I say this a lot of times when I say this. Chris Evans was just fantastic as Captain America. He just really owns that role, and just he plays the parts so well that you truly believe. And I'm Team Cap all the way. Okay, but it was a good movie, and you could understand. You know, they fleshed out his position on the situation where basically after all these incidents that happened, you know, in Avengers movies, Captain America, you know, Winter Soldier, and also Avengers 2, that the world was, you know, basically wanted to hold the Avengers accountable, want them to sign a registration act, and basically only act when they want to. And of course, Captain America was against that. He's you know, he was debating it, and of course, Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, was for it. But you would think that he would be, you know, especially since he, you know, the government asked him for his Iron Man technology, and he said no, and he basically declared that I am Iron Man. Okay, so you think he would, you know, he's a rebel, and he would be against something like that. But of course, there was other factors that kind of made him go along with it. Of course, first being he felt the guilt he felt for Ultron and what he did because he created Ultron, and then also, of course, in this movie, Alfred Woodard's character confronts him and basically shows him a picture of her son, and you can tell the guilt was, you know, is eating him up, and so you know, that's why I think added and helped him come to the decision that yeah, we got to get checked. You know, of course, like I said, there's that conflict, and of course, you know, Tony, you know, there was an incident in the beginning of the movie where basically Scarlet Witch is trying to, you know, stop a bomb from going off, and in the process of trying to make it go, make it go, you know, just trying to throw it away, it actually explodes above a building, and it, you know, kills people, a lot of people, and of course that was further action, which, you know, caused the government to come up with this, you know, registration act, and of course Captain America was against this, and he didn't want to sign it because he felt the safe. Again, I think what he was called the safest hands is ours. And of course, that of course divided the team. Of course, Falcon was on his side, and of course, and then you had Scarlet Witch was on his side, and of course Winter Soldier. But okay, there was an incident that actually kind of another incident that kind of spurred on when they were getting ready to have this accord, where they were going to sign the treaty. Of course, Captain America didn't go to it, and Iron Man was there, and of course that's where we got to first meet, you know, Black Panther, T'Challa, that's his name, played by Chadwick Boseman, and you know, you met his father, and of course there was a terrorist attack, and of course people, you know, assumed it was the Winter Soldier when of course it wasn't, but they assumed it was him, so of course naturally they would go after him, and then of course Steve, you know, would go to try to, you know, capture his friend. Him and Falcon went to try to, you know, capture, you know, warn, you know, Bucky, and they, you know, and of course, during the course of that, that's when you got introduced to the Black Panther character. He was really, you know, Chadwick Boseman, who definitely played that part. He was excellent as the Black Panther. I thought he was, the way he moved, the way the accent he did, this, you know, the African accent was great and on point, and his character was a total badass. And I have to be perfectly honest, the Black Panther character never really moved me as a kid growing up, but the Black Panther in this movie was a total badass, and it just makes me that much more want to see his movie, because I thought he was just a total kick-ass character. And I also liked, also in this movie there was Peggy Carter, her character passed on, and of course so Steve had to go to her funeral. And another thing that I really liked in this movie was Scarlett Johansson, the Black Widow character, because at first, you know, she sided with Iron Man, but I was kind of, you know, because of her friendship, if you see in the trailers, you know, she was trying to give Steve the heads up to, you know, stay out of this, you know, because, you know, they were friends, and, you know, they became close. And I like the fact that in the movie, you know, she was there for him at the funeral for Peggy, and then she was there at the big fight in the airport. She actually was the key to actually letting them get away, letting Steve and the Winter Soldier get away to go to Russia to try to stop those 5 Winter Soldiers, frozen Winter Soldiers. She actually stopped Black Panther from going after them. Okay, so I like that Scarlett Johansson's character, Black Widow, was consistent. Okay, that's why it was kind of bothered me in the promotional. I said, why would she be on her side? I know she got introduced in the Iron Man movie, but because of the Winter Soldier movie and this movie and event, she was. You could see that she was, she became good friends with Steve. So that's why, it always kind of bugged me. I said, why would she be on Team Iron Man? Even though, but her loyalty, I think, she proved her loyalty, I guess, to to Captain America. And like I said, I could understand Iron Man's point of view in this movie. Like I said, there was a lot of guilt going on with him, again with his, with the Ultron thing, and also with the mother, confronting him, about after the in Ultron, after when they basically blew, him and Iron Man, him and the Hulk had that battle and stuff, and her son had died. So you could tell he was feeling the guilt, okay, and which is why he was going along with this at first, okay, and I did like that he did come around actually when after this. Speaking of the airport fight I thought was totally kick ass, okay, and I like they had they actually showed you Iron Man going actually to meet Peter Parker, okay, which I thought was cool. He went to Queens and actually met her. You got to see Marissa Tomei as Aunt May and stuff, and you got to see Tom Holland as Peter Parker first, and then you got to see him at the airport. I thought he was one of the standout characters at the airport fight. I thought he was funny. He had good action, and he was really good. And I liked. And now I want to see Tom Holland as Spider-Man in the Spider-Man movie. I thought he was really good in it. Okay, and that airport fight was one of the best choreographed fights I think that I've seen in a superhero movie. That was really, really good. All the fights going on, and Paul Rudd. I have to pay special mention to Paul Rudd as Ant-Man and / Giant Man. I thought he was funny when he had to be. He was kick-ass when he had to be too. And I liked him hiding in the shield. I think that was totally cool what he did when Spider-Man took the shield from Captain America. And I also liked that moment that Spider-Man and Captain America had, where basically, Captain America said, "You got heart, kid. Where are you from?" He said, "I'm Queens." He said, "I'm from Brooklyn." So you could tell you could tell Spider-Man, he admired Captain America, of course. And that was a nice little moment I like that they had there. And also, I think Scarlet Witch, what's her name? Elizabeth Olsen. I thought she was kick-ass and again really powerful in this movie. And I think when they have the Avengers movie, the next Avengers movie, the Infinity War, I think her character, probably Doctor Strange, maybe Thor and Hulk will be the key to defeating Thanos when they have to fight him, because I think her character is really powerful. Of course, she's a mutant, but they can't say mutant in this movie because 20th Century Fox owns that name in the movieverse. But we know she's a total kick-ass character, and you can tell she has a lot of power. Okay, and I like they started showing you a little bit of Vision and Scarlet Witch, having conversations, and you can see they're getting close, and you can tell that the Vision was really protective of her. And so I like that they threw that in there, based on comics and stuff. So I thought it was a cool moment as well. And I did like Jeremy Renner. As Hawkeye, he had a small part, but I like that again. He was Team Cap as well, and I like that he said, we got to help Cap. And I like that he was the one that come to the realization during the airport fight, saying, "Listen, we're not all gonna make it, okay?" So basically, let's do what we can to delay everybody, delay the other heroes that we're fighting, so Cap and and Winter Soldier can get away. I like that he realized that. So I think that was cool. Okay, and again, I loved when Ant-Man turned into Giant Man. That was one of the best parts too in the airport fight as well. And I like the way Scarlet Witch rained down the cars on Iron Man. That was another cool moment. And again, the moment that we see in the trailer where you didn't know how basically it was the Vision, it's errant shot that basically brought down War Machine. Okay, and then of course at the end, the climax of the movie, where they go to confront the what's his name, Baron Zemo, and they find out, of course, that. And see this part. This is why I guess Baron Zemo is a villain. He was okay, and because he did ultimately achieve his goal to tear the Avengers apart from the inside. But I didn't like that. I guess I didn't like the part, because I was expecting like a big fight at the end between the 5 Winter Soldiers and Captain America and the Winter Soldier and Iron Man against those 5. But of course, he wound up killing the 5 soldiers because he said he didn't want to unleash the world, because of what they did, because of what they did. He didn't want to unleash that on the world, which I thought was an interesting take. Although I would have preferred to see the fight. Them 5 against those 3, I thought that would have been a cool fight. But I could understand. I could understand. So I mean, he was an okay villain because he did achieve his goal, but he didn't wow me as a villain, I guess. That's the way I want to say it. Okay, but again, he was, Daniel Brewer was okay, and I did like the part where he activated the Winter Soldier again when he snuck into the base and he had killed the guy, the real doctor, and assumed his identity and basically released the Winter Soldier. And then you had that cool moment that you saw in that clip where where some of the Avengers are after after the Winter Soldier trying to capture him. And I love there's a part where they were they basically were recruiting Ant-Man, and you see before that happens, you see the Winter Soldier and the Falcon, they're in the car together, and they have a nice little banter going together where basically Winter Soldier tells him, "Can you move your seat?" And he said no, and Falcon goes no, and then you see where Cap gets the assist. He gets his shield back and his costume. He gets Falcon's wings back, and he goes to thank Sharon Carter, of course, and he gives her a kiss, and then you see that big grin on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier's face. I thought that was a real funny moment, and just really kind of made the movie for me. Okay, again, and what I loved again is the humor they injected into the serious movie. They had a great mix of from Ant-Man to Spider-Man to Falcon. Even there was a great mix of humor in this movie, which I really appreciated. And I kind of like the way it ended. With that last fight was tough to watch, but it was intense. Where Iron Man and Captain America fought each other, and you see, and there's a moment quick where he's basically, he's beating down Iron Man, and then he basically rips his face mask off, and you see him pick up the shield like he's gonna, he wasn't gonna do that, but there was a moment where it looked like he might, and then he just basically disabled his reactor arc, and then of course when he got to leave, and Tony yelled at him, Steve, said, "You don't deserve that. That was my father's. You don't deserve that." And he left. You could tell that stung Steve, and he left. He left the shit. He dropped the shield and left it. Okay, and then we assumed that he went off with the Winter Soldier. Okay, and then later I like that he went back after the Avengers that were caught at the airport. They were in this undersea prison. He went back. You could see Captain America went back and he freed them, which I thought was cool, and he sent that message to Tony. And there was that moment where, in the midst of that trip to Russia, where he basically admits that he knew that his parents, Tony Stark's parents, were murdered, and he kind of admitted too that he wasn't sure, but you could tell that he probably figured that it was the Winter Soldier that did it. He had proof about it, but he figured that it was him, and he just didn't tell Tony because he didn't want to, I guess, unleash that big bombshell, of course, which set off the fight, of course, and that was rough to watch. But I like he did send the envelope to Tony at the end, and he's with the phone and basically telling him, "Listen, whenever you need us, we're just a phone call away," basically telling him, So basically, they're the secret Avengers. So, and I think what's going to happen is in Avengers Infinity War, there's going to come a moment where he's going to pick up that phone and he's going to call Captain America and the other secret Avengers, and they're going to come and help fight Thanos. Okay, and it's going to happen. And again, I loved at the end too, Winter Soldier, he went, because he wasn't sure that he wasn't deprogrammed, that he basically was in Wakanda and he basically got frozen again. And they're going to unthaw him during Infinity War. They're going to unthaw him and bring him back, and hopefully they can clear his mind so he can live a normal life and not be susceptible to those brain commands. Okay, which I think would be good. But anyway, so that's my spoilers review of Captain America: Civil War. I really liked it. Again, I think it was just a notch below Winter Soldier, which I really loved. It was a nice spy thriller. But this movie had a lot of characters in it. But the Russo brothers, as usual, they balanced all these characters, and every character had a moment to shine. Okay, which I really enjoyed. So anyway, that's my spoilers review of Captain America: Civil War. Let me know what you think of it. Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. And I have another channel called Paul's Views and Opinions. The link is in the description box below. The link to my Facebook and Twitter are down there as well. So please check those out. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.